24 hours. Soil is soaked, and there have been some land slippage here and there. And certainly, of course, as we make a journey this morning, be on the lookout. But he's back, he's back, he's back with us in studio. So let me say good morning, Mr. Marsh. How are you doing?
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to all of the listeners of Star Radio, wherever you are. Those of you who are in St. Vincent, you're home, you're in bed still. Tika, good morning. You're home and in bed still.
Right.
I was supposed to bring
Let's say what Tika did.
yeah, I was supposed to bring up lunch, and by the time we roll up, boys, you say, "I'm not embarrass yourself." You say, "Why don't go?" So that was that. Let him come on the car. Good morning to her. Welcome home after 22 years.
22 years.
22 years.
Wow.
Now, mind you, no wow, because I don't think for you because
Yeah,
you go to Grenada, you go all over the place, and you now come home.
Ah,
Yeah. But anyhow, he finally come home, and she
said she wanted the concrete of the tarmac.
could hardly recognize
The cure properly.
he could hardly recognize it with anywhere. He's like, what's here? I mean, she recognized the general area, of course, but
Right.
with the development that she's seeing, and we still talking about Tika because so we drove it down Saturday night, and she couldn't help but comment on how idle Vincentians are. Yeah, she said, "There's so much poverty in this country. Why everybody leave home to just walk up and down on Sunday night? Sunday night, they real idle. They said what they just left their home for walk up and down idle Sunday night, and pick up stone and put in shopping bag to walk up and down with bag in their hand.
Pick up stone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had bags in their hand. There's poverty, and everybody poor, so
I see.
they couldn't be. She couldn't believe it. She couldn't believe it. So welcome home to you. Those others who are on the live, Giselle, Teresa, Doreen, Val, Tammy, good morning to you. It's a beautiful morning. It's overcast, but it's beautiful anyway. Welcome home, Richard. I had a feast yesterday listening to you and him giving quite a clinical, analytical, or clinical analysis of what is going on in between Guyana and Venezuela, and St. Vincent and Grenadines' role in broaching or at least simmering the temperature of that conflict. Now, those of you who are on the Facebook, the sound would be a little offish because we do have the equipment. I go in live, but I'm using the mic from the laptop, so you wouldn't capture a lot of, let's say, the music and so forth. But as soon as the 9 morning crew come in, we will plug up the original equipment and you'll get a better song. But for now, the song would not be as rich as you're used to hearing. So just bear with us for a little while. All right? Yeah. So yeah, then it's I stood proudly last week Thursday and looked on as St. Vincent and the Grenadines stepped up. That is the term I would use. St. Vincent and Grenadines stepped up to the plate to show exactly what we're made of, to show exactly the kind of leadership our country possesses, to show exactly the level of maturity and wisdom that reside in this country in leadership. And the world is talking.
Definitely speaking about the excellent work here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and us bringing together two countries who basically had a standoff, and dispute over the Essequibo region, as we're pretty much aware. And I am not aware of any situation like this where such a small nation, as a matter of fact, let's not even look at the size of the country, but where you've had two countries, and there have been several instances in the past, where nations have gone against nation and they've just been allowed to do things or settle things in their own way, whether it's war or whatever. Right? But St. Vincent and the Grenadines, as pro tempore president of CELAC, stepped up in a timely fashion to ensure that within this peaceful region of ours, that such is maintained. And, it's just been excellent. Of course, the fact that both presidents and both countries, I should say, agreed that going forward, that there's not going to be there's that assurance that there's not going to be any um, war or use of force to settle this dispute. 3 months from now, there's going to be a meeting in Brazil. President Lula has invited the two presidents to be there in Brazil, along with our Prime Minister, along with the current chairman of CARICOM Without Spirit. And it's a testimony to the fact that we here in this little 150 square miles with 110,000 people, we do have a lot to offer, not just to the youth.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Remark.
Articles I'd like to, I don't know if you read any of them, Denny.
I did read some of them.
The Monaco Minute,
Yes,
they have an article titled Small but Mighty.
I read that.
And you remember we played last week the
Footprint Large.
song from Christopher.
Yes.
Well, you know the name of the song. I just call it Footprint Large, but it had a proper name. Did you share that with our guests, with our listeners, Denny?
Okay.
We should share it with our,
All right.
because I want our
Okay.
guests to hear what the let me send it for you so you could take it, because I want our guests to understand what the world is saying about St. Vincent. And it is no coincidence that the world is seeing this as an example of a nation that is small but mighty. This was not written by Searchlight. This is not the ULP article for the week. This is an article coming out of another country where the editor of that publication didn't focus on the hitches that existed with journalists not being able to get accreditation, because we understand that this was something that we put together and quickly, because of the situation. This is not a wedding that had been planned for 6 months and 8 months, so we know when the wedding is going to be.
Mhm.
This is an emergency that occurred, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines responded. So, yeah, you might have some glitches with people not getting accreditation and so on, and information and so forth. But the Monaco looked at what went on, and the editor of that publication decided, in writing about it, that this is not something to slight. This is something that we should give the type of credit, the type of recognition that is suitable and fitting for the event. So I want Denny read it and share it with all. And that's only one, it's two I have. And there are others, but our brother didn't share it with you so you could understand how the world, when the world watches St. Vincent and the Grenadines, what they see. So brother Denny, take it away. And if you're ready, you chuck and chuck and chuck and chuck.
What's that?
You're like Luther, you're the Christmas chuck. You're really over there chuck. Me understand how do you?
So you're waiting for the song.
No, I'm waiting for the letters, and if you could read and share with the listeners,
There we go.
so they could hear what
There we go. Small but mighty. For many foreign editors, the recent referendum in Venezuela that approved claiming sovereignty over a large part of the oil-rich Essequibo region was a Latin American issue. But Essequibo comprises 2/3 of neighboring Guyana, which makes the ongoing squabble both Latin America and Caribbean. That's why Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro and his Guyanese counterpart, Mohamed Irfan Ali, are expected to meet this Thursday in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. How did this archipelago of about 100,000 citizens end up as a chief peacemaker in this dispute? That's the question.
Mhm.
The credit goes to the Vincentian Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves, who is currently in his fifth term and has pushed his nation to punch above its weight diplomatically. As the current president of the Committee of Latin America and Caribbean States, CELAC, Gonsalves had the gravitas to invite Maduro and Ali to Kingstown in the hope of calming tensions. In July, he led the region's delegation to the EU. These recent achievements have burnished Gonsalves' credentials, while his longevity gives him leverage known as Comrade Ralph. For his leftist politics, he was close to Maduro's immediate predecessor, Hugo Chavez. Meanwhile, both Guyana and St. Vincent and the Grenadines are members of the Caribbean community, that's CARICOM. Despite Guyana's location on the South American mainland, the former British colony is a decidedly Caribbean nation. Brazil has moved troops north to its shared border with Venezuela and remains the region's diplomatic powerhouse. Luis Inácio Lula da Silva has also acted as a mediator over the phone. But the fact that Gonsalves will be hosting this key meeting on Thursday is a testament to the power of small state diplomacy. And continues says, the polls opened last Sunday for Egypt's presidential election.
It's a different story.
Well,
Right. But you could, yeah, but
you still want us to share that?
no.
Alright.
I just the first part. The first part.
That's the first part.
Yeah.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, because additional. I just wanted.
By the way, just giving a brief on the author. It says Gregory Scruggs is a regular contributor to Monaco. He holds an M.A. in Latin American and Caribbean Regional Studies from Columbia University and has previously traveled to Guyana. For more opinion analysis and insights, you can go to the Monaco today.
So, we name Gregory Scruggs?
Scruggs, not
Scruggs.
Scruggs.
Well. So you know any Scruggs from St. Vincent? You know I saw him there?
No, it's
Okay,
not,
so it's not Labour Party man writing that.
No.
Right. It did not fake Facebook profile.
Not at all.
So this is someone who's
No
special.
No Cambridge Analytica.
No mind bending. This is
Right.
someone who studied at is Columbia or Georgetown?
Columbia.
One of the top universities in the US, eh?
Cartagena. Columbia University.
No. As in the US. Columbia University in the US. You know the university, Columbia University.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of the top 10, at least top 20 universities in the US, and the US has thousands of universities. So he has an MA from Columbia, which is an Ivy League school. He specializes in Latin American studies. And it's interesting the words he used when talking about St. Vincent and Grenadines. About punching above your weight. Talked about the power of small states diplomacy at a time when small states like ours are really battling for our place in the world. We're battling for our place in the world. This is talking about small states diplomacy and the power that we have as small states in the diplomatic space. But he pointed out a few things that can help us to explain the source of that power. He talked about longevity in office, which brings with experience and knowledge. That's what the world is saying, I listened to you and Richard yesterday, and I mean, from that perspective, there's not much more I could add to that. Not much more I could add to that. Because Richard addressed the issue of those here who are trying to trivialize the event, and even more than that, trivialize our role in the event. So if it was a rubbish event, then St. Vincent and the Grenadines participated or took us through and nothing. And of course, it don't take much to coordinate rubbish events. You know? But listen to me. What happened last week wasn't bringing Itana and what the other man name? What the man name?
Governor.
Yeah. This wasn't about bringing Itana and Governor here. You didn't have to organize press conference. You didn't have to organize security and protocol for Itana and Governor. And even that start late. This Rowley, head of government. Deacon Mitchell, head of government. Drew, head of government. JP, head of government. Skerrit, head of government. Motley, head of government.
Exactly.
There was of a 14-member state region. We had half the heads of government in St. Vincent, you know? Half. That is like having a mini heads of government meeting in St. Vincent. But then add to that, sorry, Ali. So it's 8.
Not forgetting the Bahamian Prime Ministers also.
So that's 9.
Right.
So we had 9 heads of governments in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. 9 out of the 14. 9 out of the 14. And then you add to that the President of Guyana. 10 heads of government joining, well, we see 9 and Ralph Gonsalves like Ralph Dunn. So we had 10 CARICOM heads here. And the head of Venezuela.
Jamaica was missing. What else was missing?
Jamaica was missing. Antigua was missing.
Right.
Haiti was missing. Suriname was missing. All these are members of CARICOM.
At the prime ministerial level, or
at head of government level.
Right.
Right.
They might very well have
had representatives, but I'm talking heads of governments now. Right. So you have 9 heads of governments traveling here to show solidarity with Dr. Gonsalves and assist in working towards us at least a solution that would lower the temperature while things progress. And you add to that the President of Guyana, and so you have 11 heads of governments here. You think that was easy to coordinate? Yes, good morning.
You just called Star FM. You're live on air.
Okay.
Very well.
Okay. Well, Denny, you know, they would do that and they would try to dumb it down. But the Monaco Minute is saying this was a boss move by a boss leader in a region that is declared to be a zone of peace. And it is a glaring example. It is a best practice. It is a best practice on the power of small state diplomacy. Now I have another one for you, because this is to build up to what we're going to talk about this morning now.
All right. So
this ain't what we're talking about this morning. This is the build up to what we're going to talk about this morning.
Let's take another call in the meantime. Hello, good morning. Morning.
Morning, everybody. Morning, everybody. Media. I organizing some stuff, so I've been in and out. But what are they?
So you're trying to say, since we're trying to form peace here in St. Vincent, I'm going quite well?
No. Ralph said me you create to calm down things too. You calm down things every way. You understand?
All right. 9:30. 9:30 this morning, not 9 o'clock. Yeah. So we're going up until 9. Okay. Thank you,
All
Colin.
right, buddy.
Very well.
Yeah,
Right.
man. Have a
Good,
good one.
good. Yes. So I'm going to read this thing now.
How are you, the other one?
Right. It's entitled Towards Continuing Peaceful Coexistence. The consensus of all who followed the latest flare-up sparked by Venezuela's most recent claim to more than half of Guyana and the Caracas administration's various related statements and actions that included redrawing Venezuela's map to include Guyana's Essequibo region, which has always been part of the Cooperative Republic, was that something needs to be done, and quickly. Presidents Dr. Irfan Ali and Nicolas Maduro arrived in St. Vincent and the Grenadines with respective airtight national positions that neither budged on, but having agreed to meet was the very first step towards the necessary dialogue. The two presidents met in the presence of fellow CARICOM and Latin America CELAC leaders, including CARICOM Chairman Dominica's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, as well as the Prime Minister of the Bahamas, Barbados, Grenada, Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis, and Trinidad and Tobago, as well as Special Envoy and Special Advisor of Brazilian President Luiz Ignacio Lula da Silva, who joined Dr. Al Gonçalves and Prime Minister Skerrit as interlocutors. Attending as observers were two high-ranking representatives of UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres and the UN Department of Political and Peace-Building Affairs, as well as the foreign ministers of Colombia and Honduras. Under the chairmanship of St. Vincent's Prime Minister Dr. Al Gonçalves, the leaders met for several hours in sessions that first agreed on the agenda and modalities for the meeting and saw the Guyana and Venezuela leaders shake hands for the first time, itself a symbolic but important gesture. The discussions ended with a joint declaration of Argyle for dialogue and peace between Guyana and Venezuela, which is what the meeting was about, in which the two leaders have committed to, among many other things, not threaten or use force against each other, resolve any related controversies under international law, pursue good neighborliness, peaceful coexistence, and unity. Note the differences of the two nations on the role of the International Court of Justice, the ICJ. Continued dialogue on any other pending matters of mutual importance, and refrain from escalating by words or deeds any conflict or disagreement arising between them. The two leaders agreed to establish a joint commission of foreign ministers and technical persons to address related matters and report to the two presidents in 3 months, and to meet in Brazil within that time or any time agreed. The joint declaration is a wholesome reflection of the maturity of Caribbean diplomacy that saw the region's leaders take early steps together in CARICOM and CELAC to reduce and avoid tensions, to bring the two leaders to the table and invite regional interlocutors and observers from the United Nations. That all of this happened within 11 days of the first weekend of the last month of 2023. This is important, when the ICJ statement and Venezuela referendum December 1st and December 3rd respectively is a signal achievement that would certainly have taken longer to happen if only left to the usual traditional international mediators. I think I want to read this again. That all of this happened within 11 days of the first weekend of the last month of 2023, when the ICJ statement and Venezuela's referendum, December 1st and December 3rd respectively, is a signal achievement that would certainly have taken longer to happen if only left to the usual traditional international mediators. The Argyle summit started off originally as a bilateral one between two presidents, but evolved almost overnight into an international event involving CARICOM and CELAC leaders, and it ended at the start of the dialogue process that a fortnight earlier was furthest from anyone's mind, underlines the ability of the region to address its problems and to find ways and means to keep talking. The two sides will meet again as scheduled or as necessary, and until then, it is safe to conclude that all's well that starts and ends well. Now, for the words and actions of which Ghana is very clear in pursuit of continuing peaceful coexistence.
And
Very well
this
penned.
and this is from the Ghana Chronicle, is it?
Yes.
This is not from this is not from the Searchlight, eh?
Uh-huh.
Or the ULP article. Now, by the way, those of you who just came on the live and you weren't hearing the caller, we had explained that from the very beginning that the outside broadcast team took some of the equipment for the 9 morning, but we still decided to start the live. So what you would hear from the live is really the actual laptop capturing Denny and I inside here, but not the callers or any of the music or the ads, because we don't have the equipment. But the team coming down, so as soon as they come, we'll plug it up and you'll be able to get everything. But for now, all you'll be able to hear would be Denny and I in the studio, because the laptop is just capturing the sound from inside of the room, right? So I did explain that very, very early. So some of our scoopers came on a little late and didn't get that explanation. So when Uncle Sam was on the phone, you weren't hearing, and he was saying, "Oh, this song, check this song," but we had explained that in the beginning. This is what I wanted us to pay attention to. While local journalists and others were finding time to talk about, oh, we couldn't find parking space, and we didn't have a thing, and I didn't know where to sit down, and I didn't know where to put my bag, and so forth. The newspaper in Guyana, the editor of the newspaper in Guyana is saying, listen, the fact that we could do this, St. Vincent and the Grenadines could have pulled this off 11 days after the flare-up, when nobody was thinking about that, first of all. And secondly, that if you had left this to the UN and them, we wouldn't have a meeting yet. That's what we're supposed to be talking about. Thank you very much, Brother Blake. My brother, who have Rasta here. What did you say? The jam?
People of Richmond Park called us person and said they sent breakfast for us.
Nobody know Bling long time. You know, anybody you know Bling.
You just brought it there.
It's so Bling stop.
Huh?
Bling go eat the ham and say they ain't say nothing. You know that.
Yeah. While we get organized, let me just squeeze in this call. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Laverne.
That time, Hafez al-Assad, the father of Bashar Assad, current president, he was the president at the time. And the Americans were not making any headway to getting Robert Goodman released. Jesse Jackson made an overture to the Syrian government, and particularly to President Assad. A lot of criticisms when Jesse Jackson's were, civilians getting involved in foreign policy, and he has no right doing that outside the middle of the State Department. He's not a government official. Anyway, Jesse Jackson went to Damascus, Syria, with a delegation. President Hafez al-Assad released Lieutenant Robert Goodman to Reverend Jesse Jackson, brought him back home to America. Reagan, grudgingly, the guy's a veteran, a war hero, so they had a reception for him on the White House lawn. And I'm focusing on the word magnanimity. Reagan, with all his bluster, right, was magnanimous enough to thank Reverend Jesse Jackson with these words: "You can't argue with success."
Exactly.
But we have some people not magnanimous, do not know how to be magnanimous, and arguing with success. But, gentlemen, I left a can't change his spots. Have a good day.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Pleasure. Denny, I'm glad the caller raised that, because I was saying I am looking forward to hearing the opposition congratulate St. Vincent and the Grenadines on our role in last week's meeting. You remember how they rushed to congratulate Barbados when Barbados became a republic?
Yeah.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines from achieving the same thing 10 years before?
Yep.
Well, I want to hear the leader of the opposition and Fitzbramble and them get up. I want to hear them get up in Parliament this morning during congratulatory remarks and
just about
congratulate St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Yep.
Because everyone else has done so.
Hmm.
Everyone else has done so. And I think this morning is when you're going to see who the real patriots are. This morning is when you're going to see who the real patriots are, because we are going to witness whether or not the parliamentary opposition in this country, misled by Godwin Friday, would stand up this morning and bestow the congratulations that St. Vincent and the Grenadines deserves for hosting such an important meeting yesterday. Denny, I think I wanted to pull down the level on this a little bit, Kim, please, because right. Nice. Okay. Wonderful. I want to see what can happen this morning. So, you heard from the Monaco Minute. You heard from the Guyana Chronicle. You heard the perspectives of the respective editors and how they characterize St. Vincent and the Grenadines' role in what occurred last week. As a matter of fact, the editor of the Guyana Chronicle seemed quite impressed with the way we were able to pull all of this together in such a short time, taking into consideration the usual bureaucracy and red tape that characterizes the international system. We were able to pull this thing through in quick time. And we were able to come away with a declaration with each head of government committing to doing everything they can to dial back on the tensions, to refrain from the threat of force, not just the use of force, but in international law, the threat of the use of force is also illegal unless it is in specific circumstances. And so these two individuals, through the work of this country and specifically the Prime Minister of this country, who was able to reach out directly to the leaders of Guyana and Venezuela, and with the assistance of CARICOM, President of Brazil, we were able to achieve significant success in something that a few days before that was, I mean, the detention level was scorching. And then you have people who want to argue with success. You have people who want to argue with success. That's what the world is saying about what we did. What are you saying? What are you hearing? And like I say, I'm waiting to hear Fitz this morning in Parliament congratulating St. Vincent and Grenadines. I'm waiting to hear Leacock this morning congratulate. I mean, I am almost sure, and I'm willing to bet Denny this morning, my Christmas morning slice of ham, right? I'm willing to bet you my Christmas morning slice of ham.
Which is non-existent.
No, because you go and give me ham, so I can bet it, because it's your ham. You're going to give me a slice of ham. So I can bet you the slice of ham that you give me, right? That Leacock is going to show up Friday this morning. Because Friday is not going to say anything about it, but Leacock will. The deal on?
Near miracle.
The deal on?
It's a near miracle.
No. Listen.
Deal all is on.
Deal on.
Yeah.
My slice of ham was no, don't jump off a slice for you and give me a small piece, you know. Yeah, that. But my slice of ham was your slice of ham for Christmas morning. That this morning, Leacock is going to show up Friday because he's going to congratulate Miss Grenadines and Friday wouldn't.
All left to be seen. Notice
All
that.
right.
Near miracle.
All right.
But we have a guest on the inside. We're going to take a quick commercial break and then we'll come back, of course, having a chat. All what's happening in district stairs. Keep it locked in.
Daddy, where did you see them?
I done drink them.
Drink them?
Yeah.
So what you do with the empty bottle them?
What we do with all the empty bottles in this house?
You have to be crazy.
What?
If I ain't gonna get me, my prizes from Juicy this Christmas is bicycles from Sailors, tablet from Digicel.
What?
But real talk, a PS5.
PS5 as in PlayStation 5?
Yes, Daddy.
But you ain't tell me that. Move, come let me help you.
Daddy.
What?
Daddy.
What?
I sure this is for kids only, yeah?
Well, let's be grateful that you are a kid in my house.
Win weekly prizes in the Juicy Christmas promotion. Collect 5 Juicy labels of any size and place them in envelopes with your name and contact details and drop them in the boxes provided. Promotion ends January 31st. Have a juicy, sparkly joy Christmas.
Out with the old, in with the new. In the past, you complained when we failed. We listened and went back to the drawing board. At last, a new, fresh beginning. A fresh face, a new product. International Standard Metals A792 presents Galvaloon, an aluminum roofing metal, branded best used for roofing material, tested and proven to be of superior quality. Get wider coverage for the best prices on the island. We offer a variety of colors, including zinc sheets. Also, take advantage of our unique roofing patterns, U-panel, industrial, and crimp Spanish style. Visit us at the Diamond Industrial Estate. Call us at 784-456-9900 or email bmlsvg@gmail.com. Galvaloon, a product of International Standard Metals.
I hear that Gunsam's master paint is great and the quality is really good. You know anything about that?
Last year, I bought paint at Gunsam's for the inside of the house and it looks great.
Do they have paint for the outside too?
Yes, Gunsam's has paint for the inside, outside concrete and galvanized roof and floors.
You convinced me. I think I'm going to try master paint. I sure hope I get a good price.
Well, you won't be disappointed. They have 15% going right now.
Only 15% discount? I could get higher discount somewhere else.
Hold on, friend. Remember, all discounts are not alike. It's what you pay that counts. Go to Gunsam's for the best quality paints. Visit Gun Sam's Hardware on Granby Street between the NIS car park and KCCU.
Stamped our names in the history books, creating moments that would last a lifetime. We are bold. We are great. We are powerful. We are Vincentians. We are state of art.
Dream big and see the world is yours. The world is yours.
Ars Productions presents Steel Expressions State of Art. Saturday, December 30th, 2023 at Victoria Park, 7 p.m. with pre-show exhibition, 8 p.m. showtime. Adults admission $70, under 12, $30. VIP $175, food inclusive. Performances by Rodney Small and Band, Fire Empress, Chanel Ned, Gary Miller, Yafatu, The Ice Kid, Just Bus Camp, and much more. Sponsored by NLA, Right Stuff, PC3, NBC Radio, Boom 1069, Star FM, NPL, Johnny Walker, Korea's Pharmacies, Korea's Food Express Cafe, Tourism Authority, Guardsman, Zescola, CDC, and LaView.
There'll be thousands of dollars to be won. A lotto jackpot of $350,000. A new home, car, or that college education.
Lotto, you have to be in it to win it.
Next Lotto jackpot, $350,000
with brand new floors of this holiday season and embrace the spirit of transformation with District Stairs, SVG's exclusive Christmas till January promotion. Elevate your living space with a range of home improvement projects. From a sleek kitchen upgrade to enhancing your staircase, we've got you covered. Immerse yourself in a wonderland of deals with a special December promotion. We're offering vouchers up to $3,000 towards any kitchen or home improvement project, along with a 10% discount on all pre-orders of our luxury vinyl flooring. That's not all. The season of giving continues into January 2024. We're giving 2 lucky customers the chance to win a $5,000 voucher towards any home improvement project, helping you create the space of your dreams. For more information, visit us on the first floor of the Carrez building, opposite Flo. Call us at 456-7649 or 496-7648. Terms and conditions apply.
All right. Well, yes, you heard it. A whole lot being offered by District Stairs for Christmas 2023. Money, staircase, kitchen counter, tiles, all that kind of stuff available. Morning. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure having you in the studio. So tell us, what's happening with District Stairs?
All right. So good morning, everyone in Radio Land. My name is Shane, and I'm with District Stairs SVG. And basically here to talk about our promotions that we have going on. We have a special promotion, which we're calling Christmas till January.
Mm-hmm.
So it encompasses December into January. And with that, we have special promotions. So we have 10% discount on pre-orders of our luxury vinyl flooring, because we have a big shipment coming in, and we have stock here in St. Vincent. I know people have been waiting for it. So one of the things that we want to do to make it attractive and grab people's attention is that we want to offer 10% discount on all pre-orders of this vinyl. So you come in, you give us a call, you send us an email and say, hey, I want some vinyl, and automatically you're eligible for 10% discount.
Oh. No. So you sell the flooring. Do you also install the flooring? Right.
Flooring.
So the 10% on just the flooring or workmanship too?
Flooring.
No. Tell Marlon I want 10% of the workmanship.
Well, you see, that could be perfectly arranged. That is
right. Listen, Marlon is my teacher from school. So tell Marlon, I say we want a Chateaubriand special. Like old people in Chateaubriand get a little 15% on countertops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's no problem.
Yeah, because my mother doing some renovation now. She property did Chateau and thing, and I feel like a little countertop and things. So Marlon. Yeah, I'm sending a message to you, to your lady here as well, lady here. So this promotion is going until January sometime.
Yes.
Where you get 10% on pre-orders.
Mm-hmm. But that's not all though.
Okay, all right.
That's not all though. We also have we're giving away up to $3,000 in vouchers for any home improvement project. So it's a promotion that we're running on Facebook,
mm-hmm.
where you order the vinyl flooring, you follow our Facebook page, you like our stuff, you make a comment, and you're entered into getting up to $3,000
Okay.
towards any home improvement.
Okay.
So it's your kitchen, your bathroom, need some new floors, $3,000 voucher.
Then you planning any renovation?
Not right now, but
I'm sure Mr. Danny knows people that planning renovations too.
I want to put you doing any renovation at the summer castle. Sorry, the winter castle, because
It's possible. It's
Yeah,
possible.
so we could probably link him up with a nice countertop from District Stairs. Now, for individuals who are listening, because they hear the ad all the time, District Stairs is one of our good clients here at Star Radio. Where exactly can they find District Stairs? Because they might want to come in and see
what we have. So we have we're building our new showrooms. I would want to say that first of all, we're building our brand new showroom in at New Montrose.
Okay.
Right. So temporarily we have an office that we have some samples. People can come because I know Vincentians love to see what they're getting, what they're buying. They want to touch it. They want to feel it. So we are located upstairs, the Carrez. So sorry about that. We're located upstairs, the Carrez building on the first floor on Halifax Street. That's the entrance. And next to the professional secretarial services. And we're right in the hall. He's calling me. I think he heard me.
I think he's listening, and I think he calling you to tell you, tell Sian again, 25% discount. So upstairs, and you use a side door, right? Which is
on Halifax Street. So that's the one facing floor.
Facing floor.
And then last of all, one of the ones that our big giveaway would be two really lucky people would be able to win $5,000 towards any home improvement project.
Oh, they're already in studio. That's young.
High five. All right. Two lucky people. Miss Marshall again, home improvement and shopping girl. Because one lucky person in studio winning something. Yeah.
All we had to talk about it. We had to buy. Let's talk about it. $5,000 each.
All of the flooring, you spend $2,500 or more, and automatically you enter to win any home improvement project. Two lucky people, and that would be done at the end of January.
No, I was out there. I was out at the expo when they were setting up and so on. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to go back when it was in full swing. But what was the response like for District Stairs at the expo? Because you were there, you were present.
Yes.
Marlon was busy setting up his big booth and so on.
I wouldn't say overwhelmed, but I was extremely happy because of the kind of response that we received. People were genuinely interested. They were ready to buy. They were, and they said that, they never really realized that vinyl flooring, one that we really and truly was very, basically our bread and butter, was a good, an alternative to the, to the usual porcelain tiles and the benefits that the vinyl flooring provide. So we had fantastic feedback.
You see, no, don't get me wrong, and I really don't mean to offend, but you see, you're a little younger than me and Denny, so you ain't gonna understand the progression, right? That we come from we moved from linoleum, right, Denny? It's like almost Christmas time.
Definitely.
Yeah, ask your parents about linoleum. So you roll out the linoleum and the house smell up boy for Christmas, you know what I mean? And then they move from that and we go to tiles. You understand? Now you introduce a whole new thing, which is flooring. And I think though that as Vincentians travel, we get exposed, people go to universities and so on, and they come back and they're constructing your flooring, your vinyl flooring becomes a viable option. Another option now that people could look into that gives your house a nice finish.
Yeah. Because initially, especially with the older clientele customers, they're like, vinyl flooring is thinking the little roll thing. It's like, no. This is what it is. It's a product, it's trendy, it's beautiful, it's durable, and it's not really what you're thinking about. The actual planks that you put down on the floor. So, they're really impressed, and they really, really, really look forward to what we have in store. And like I said, we have a new shipment of vinyl coming in. So I am looking forward to people coming in, pre-ordering, purchasing,
Yeah,
It's a fantastic option.
So why don't you just go over the all of the special that you have, and also give us the number as well, because you gotta tell the people the number that they should call, and if they have to email, and again we could just remind them of the location, because I see Marlon commit to giving 60 goodie bags. It was supposed to be 30 to 60. I want to make sure that this special gets maximum coverage so that he could give 90. Yeah, you could say, but yeah, you see, man, listen to me. This thing was so thing that I giving 90 this time. So remind us of the specials again.
All right. So it's 10% off on the pre-orders of vinyl flooring. It's vouchers up to $3,000 on any home improvement project. You go on our Facebook page, you order the vinyl, you like, you comment, you share.
Right.
And then the last thing would be $5,000 to 2 lucky people when they spend $2,500 or more on our vinyl, the new shipment of vinyl, and you're automatically entered into win. So we're located on the first floor of the Careers building, located on Halifax Street. And you can go on Facebook. We have all our promotions on Facebook and Instagram at District Stairs SVG. Our numbers are 456-7649. And you can we have WhatsApp. So you can message me directly and you'll get prompt responses. So that'll be 496-7648. That'll be our WhatsApp number, 496-7648. And lastly, you can get us via email at districtstairs.svg@gmail.com.
All right.
So you have ways to get us. We always respond. We try to, create a very customer-centric environment and, encourage everybody to come talk to us. And we have free consultations too. Come in, take your measurements, and we don't not only supply the materials, we install it as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for dropping it by and quite naturally letting us know what's happening with District Stairs for Christmas.
Thank you so much for
into
having
January
me.
2024.
And Merry Christmas, everyone. And a Happy New Year.
I got a Merry Christmas if I win you $5,000. And then that's the only Merry Christmas I'm interested in. I'm interested in Merry Christmas. Come on, man. Yeah, you got to just talk Merry Christmas, make my Christmas merry.
I will make a Christmas.
All right. Thank you so much for dropping by.
And
That was
thank you
a
so much for
fantastic
having
one.
me, you guys.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Deck your home with brand new floors this holiday season and embrace the spirit of transformation with District Stairs SVG's exclusive Christmas till January promotion. Elevate your living space with a range of home improvement projects. From a sleek kitchen upgrade to enhancing your staircase, we've got you covered. Immerse yourself in a wonderland of deals with a special December promotion. We're offering vouchers up to $3,000 towards any kitchen or home improvement project, along with a 10% discount on all pre-orders of our luxury vinyl flooring. That's not all. The season of giving continues into January 2024. We're giving 2 lucky customers the chance to win a $5,000 voucher towards any home improvement project, helping you create the space of your dreams. For more information, visit us on the first floor of the Careers building, opposite Flo. Call us at 456-7649 or 496-7648. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh my gosh, is that James Bond?
No, the name is Bonanza. Christmas Bonanza.
It's Korea's Food Mart. 7 days to Christmas Bonanza. Spend $40 or more to get a chance to win daily $500 in groceries from December 18th to December 23rd. Grand prize draw on December 24th with a whopping first prize $3,000.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Second prize $1,500 and third prize $1,000. To enter, fill out the entry form and drop it in the box provided. Promotion starts December 8th, 2023. Shop now and win big with Korea's Food Mart. 7 days to Christmas Bonanza.
Merry Christmas.
Korea's Distribution Limited. Terms and conditions apply.
View of the outside to the warmth and comfort of the inside. No more barriers to that perfect panoramic view, filling up the entire room with natural light and cool breezes, creating that seamless transition between here and there. Discover the beauty of our bifold patio doors from Kendra's aluminum products. Two spaces have now become one smooth flowing space with a simple flick of a handle. Blur the lines and make your sanctuary spectacular. Enjoy outdoor living from the inside out with a touch of modern elegance. Transform your living spaces. A room with a view now belongs to only you. Visit our showrooms today and ask about our bifold patio doors. Another quality product from Kendra's Aluminum. Kendra's aluminum products exports to all islands in the Caribbean region. Call our export team today for assistance. Kendra's Aluminum Products Limited, a tradition of excellence.
It's Christmas time again, boy. And it's barrel time again.
Are you clearing barrels, boxes, / cargo this Christmas season? Then here are a few things to consider to make the process much easier. Prior to arrival at the Port Authority, collect all necessary clearance documents from your shipping agency. Ensure they inform you on the location of your goods, whether Port Kingstown, the Geese Shed, or Camden Park. And remember, when approaching the Port Authority, a valid ID is required. We now accept credit / debit card payments at the following locations: Cash Office Tailgate Kingstown, Port Admin Office Kingstown, Cruise Ship Terminal Cash Office, and Camden Park Cash Office. For your convenience, we have extended our cargo clearance opening hours. Friday, December 15th, 4 to 6 p.m. Saturday, December 16th, 1 to 4 p.m. Wednesday, 20th, 21st, and 22nd December, 4 to 6 p.m. And Saturday, December 23rd, 1 to 6 p.m. Season's greetings to all from the SVG Port Authority.
There'll be thousands of dollars to be won. A lotto jackpot of $350,000. A new home, car, or that college education.
Lotto, you have to be in it to win it.
Next lotto jackpot, $350,000.
In the history books, creating moments that would last a lifetime. We are bold. We are great. We are powerful. We are Vincentians. We are state of art.
Dream big and see the world is yours. The world is yours.
Ars Productions presents Steel Expressions State of Art. Saturday, December 30th, 2023 at Victoria Park, 7 p.m. with pre-show exhibition, 8 p.m. showtime. Adults admission $70, under 12 $30, VIP $175, food inclusive. Performances by Rodney Small and Band, Fire Empress, Chanel Ned, Gary Miller, Yafatu, The Ice Kid, Just Bus Camp, and much more. Sponsored by NLA, Right Stuff, PC3, NBC Radio, Boom 1069, Star FM, NPL, Johnny Walker, Korea's Pharmacies, Korea's Food Express Cafe, Tourism Authority, Guardsman, Zescola, CDC, and Love You.
Yes, you heard it. Saturday, December 30. Steel Expressions, State of Art, a showcase of local Vincentian talent on the one stage, all happening at the Victoria Park, and an event that is now, all part of the cultural calendar for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and really and truly, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if somebody can be there to see what's going on, but
Boy, no, boy.
I can be there.
Boy, no, I ain't gonna do it.
You ain't gonna do it?
No, boy.
How me ain't gonna do it? Huh?
My journey takes place before that date, unfortunately.
All I need
is my good friends, and no, I just give too much Steel Expressions. Though. You and Richard and Luther and I still like the pictures them now. From last week. From last year.
From last week.
Yeah, from last year. From last year. Yeah, let's chop it. Me know what now. All right. But then and I wish Rodney Small all the best with his amazing production. Now we're going to have to end the program this morning because Parliament starts at 9:30. 9:30.
Yeah.
Right. But I really wanted to bring home the discussion I was having. Because all of what I read this morning points to something. Leadership. The world is recognizing leadership. So now we do this. We in St. Vincent, we do this. We can recognize leadership. What is wrong with our levels of perception that we can't see leadership when it's staring us in front of the face? What is wrong with us as Vincentians so we are unable to see leadership staring us in the face? Are we dotish? And so my question for you is, and I want to develop this theme, but I will develop it a little later. By the way, would people like Cathy and Jacobs and Nerissa Fogger stop involving me in pork and Tammy Kirby, please, because I will sue somebody.
Stop involving what?
In pork, swine, but by eating pork and all kind of foolishness, I will sue somebody. Don't do those things.
You eat beef pork and mutton pork. I can attest to that.
Well, people eat chunks. Vegetarians eat chunks. Vegetarians eat chunks and turkey ham and so on. So you know what turkey ham?
What about beef pork?
No, you know what turkey ham? So everybody eat turkey pork. Different thing. But anyway, but like that going down that road we are this morning because all the confusion, You know, look, there is a phenomenon in this country, and Benson called and talked about it, where people are arguing with success. And I remember saying to Richard as we traveled together, boy, Richard come in on the same flight on Saturday night and thing. And the boy upon the airline asked them if they must shake ham. Yeah, I shake ham? You know what I mean? We were talking and we said, we both agreed, and I believe Anthony Denny would agree with me this morning, and many of those listening to us this morning would agree with us that the hatred for Dr. Gonzalez and the ULP is so entrenched in the hearts of some Vincentians that it prevents them from seeing anything successful that this government does. Nothing more. And so even if Dr. Gonzalez and the ULP paints all of the streets of St. Vincent and the Grenadines in gold, they're going to say, can I gold? That guy in a gold. I don't know good gold. And they will tell you, like the Israelites did back then in front of the Red Sea, that listen to me, I'd rather go back to the times when St. Vincent and the Grenadines had 27% indigent poverty. Because some people are telling you about those days and telling you about them being good old days. The hatred for Dr. Gonzalez and his government has so occupied the hearts and minds of some Vincentians that they are unable to utter a single word, a single positive word regarding anything that Dr. Gonzalez and his government does. And so the question to you, I'm asking, and I'm speaking specifically to the comrades and those of us who are like-minded, are we going to allow hatred to determine the future of our country? Because that's it. That's it. Friday was so busy in the Red Room that he couldn't make a comment about the Guyana Venezuela thing. He was so much, he was in the Red Room jumping up to I'm alive, I'm told. But the day before, the meeting should focus on XYZ. You set in the agenda? You set in the agenda for the meeting? Well, you must be one of the parties involved. You are clearly one of the parties, so that you are setting the agenda for the meeting even before the meeting starts. How about we bring the people together and we mediate and assist them in setting an agenda? But you see, if you want relevance, try and attach yourself to something that's trending. You see, he went to Red Room, that ain't going away. The high that they got from the show in Camden Park was like a sniff of cocaine. It gave them a high and then boom, it disappeared. So they gone again. So they was something and they tried to attach themselves to the brilliance of Dr. Gonzalez, the ULP, and those CARICOM leaders who worked quickly, according to the Guyana Chronicle, and put something together that a few days before was on nobody's mind. And he admits that not even the UN could have done it that quickly. But those whose hearts and minds are filled with hate for Dr. Gonzalez can't see it. And you, comrades, you stand the risk of sitting back and allowing the hatred that drives some people to determine. Because I tell you something, when ULP supporters, for very little or nothing, grumble, and stay home because we're not motivated by the positives of this government. No. We're not motivated by the education revolution. Nah. We're not motivated by the expansion of the safety net so that our vulnerable and our children are being taken care of. Nah. We're not motivated by the fact that this government has initiated the largest land reform in the history of this country and possibly in the region, where people are getting lands at reasonable rates. People are assisted in the recovery with houses. All those things should inspire love and hope. But no, we're so busy complaining like the Israelites. And we're going to allow them who are driven by hate to come out in their full force and vote you out and determine the future of your country. Well, I sit at home. If that is what you want, if you want your children and grandchildren to grow up in a country where hatred sells and hatred drives and hatred motivates and hatred decides, then go ahead. Go ahead. Sit down and let those driven by hate determine the direction of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Let Luzette King and those others be the ones to go to the UN and be immigration officers and so on and determine the direction of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And then, I will always see if I've been no. Because clearly, what the world sees, we blind. What the world sees and appreciates and congratulates and says, we want some of that. Vincent Chan saying, we fed up now, man. We want something else. Where what? Red Room? Eh? What you want? A return to 28% abject poverty? 40% tax rate? $12,000 income tax threshold? 4 scholarships a year? That's all they want. No housing for Vincent Chance. So I sit down. I sat down and I tried to figure it out, and I say, there's so much positives happening. Note I said positives, not perfection. There's so many positive things happening. But in all of it, and that's what has burned me, because I just say all the time, NDP supporters are there to grumble, to complain, to pull down and vote against and sabotage. That they see that as their role. And their leadership promotes that. But we're supposed to counter that. The supporters of the Unity Labour Party are supposed to counter that. We're supposed to encourage, lift up. We could criticize too now internally and say, no, we don't like that. And we could say, Yes, we're doing well, but we could do better. No problem with that. But I find a bunch of nonsense to complain and grumble over. You're in a house, your child in Taiwan, one in the police, your daughter Taiwan studying, one in the police, you're a farmer, but your house roof ain't fixed. So guess what? You're coming to tell me you ain't voting next election if your house roof ain't fixed. But you forget that your daughter in Taiwan and the son in the police force. Me get me house fixed now. Me not vote. Okay. You know who going to vote? The NDP supporters. Them going to vote. They're going to vote strong. You know why they're going to vote strong? Because they don't like Ralph. And they don't like Labour. And they don't like nobody who like Labour. And they're going to vote strong. And we're going to sit down and allow hatred. I ain't talking about the other parts. Because we talk about hatred and bad mind and envy and them thing there. But hatred. Those motivated, driven by hate are the ones who are going to come out strong on election day and say eat them out and vote them out. And they're going back home. They're going back home to sit down in the no income house that Dr. Gonzalez and Labour gave them when they don't vote against we. They're going back home to call it the son or daughter in Taiwan who Dr. Gonzalez, through the mediation with and negotiation with Taiwan, has increased scholarships to 30 something per year. They're going back home and call them and say, I don't vote against them. Sit down in the house that the government provided for them. When I know the NDP will not give them the house there. And call a child in Taiwan, which is a product of ULP. And maybe even encourage the husband who walk in sandals to take a time off to go vote too. Sandals, that was a product of negotiations on the ULP when the same NDP opposed the Bukama project. They said blood go run in the streets. Yeah. That's all right. That's the question for you this morning. I'm wrapping up now because we are at Parliament just now. I just had to bring it home because I wanted to show you what the world is saying about what we have, what the world is saying about what we're able to do, what the world has observed. But for some strange reason, we lack the capacity, or we lack the ability, or we lack the characteristic of observation, so we can observe. Like we're too close to it, so we can't see it. We're too close to it, so we I guess you have to go and live in Guyana to observe what's going on in St. Vincent. Or go Barbados to observe what lives in St. Vincent. Dr. Gonzalez is an imperfect man. He has a cabinet of imperfect people. He runs a government that is imperfect. As we live in a world of imperfection. But I can say to you today without a shadow of a doubt that the imperfection of the ULP government has given us so much progress, so much development, so much growth, so much improvement. The lives of Vincentians have been tremendously improved. Because it is in recognition of our imperfections why the government plans the way it does and executes the way it does. And I could tell you something. if you think you will replace the ULP for the NDP, you would not only be bringing in a significantly greater degree of imperfection, but you'll be replacing the ULP with destruction. Let me tell you so. The young people of this country don't know what they have and how good they have it. And unfortunately, some of the older folk too dishonest to tell the young people how good they have it. Because they spend their time rewriting history as opposed to retelling history. They spend their time trying to rewrite history instead of just tell it like it is now. Tell the young people them that only 40% of the students was going into school now, after common entrance now. Don't tell them it's the government responsibility to educate people. Because if it were, then the NDP would not be educating only 40%, they'd be educating 100%. And so now we, this government, has taken charge and said it is our responsibility, yes. And so we're going to, listen, we ain't going to forget about this 60%. You know, I go to funerals all the time. I say I'm going to wrap up on number wait, just now. I go to funerals all the time. Monique, I go to funerals all the time. And when they're talking about the people, the deceased, especially if it's an old person, an elderly person in the 70s and the 60s and so forth, 80s, the person might not have gone beyond primary school, standard 3, standard 4. But many times, and Monique, back me up if I lie, tell me a lie, but it's all right. You would hear somebody say, they didn't go secondary school, but if they had the opportunity that the people have today, they would have been so much further, and they would have been so much better because they were so bright.
My father.
Okay. My mother stood up a couple of months ago in a memorial for auntie of mine done by my cousins, and she was reading from the scripture. My mother's 88 years old. Well, she was 88 in February. She stood up to read, and Pastor Richards from Gardens Gate Baptist Church, oh, she's so articulate and so on and so on. Well, remember when I was in secondary school? But anybody who hears my mom preach a sermon, anybody who hears my mom analyze, articulate, I say, well, how come she didn't go to secondary school? Well, because the opportunity ain't been there. But if Fudger Marshall was young, or if Ralph was there when Fudger Marshall was young, I can't remember which of our children was the first to go to university. Might have been Ingrid. Ingrid might have been the first to go to university. If Fudger Marshall if Ralph was there when Sister Marshall was young, Ingrid would not have been the first one to go to university. Miss Marshall would have gone to university too. And instead of the elderly tell the young people, listen, all you have it, great, not good. All you have it, great. Make use of the opportunities that you have. All they busy telling them lie and trying to rewrite history. So anyhow, I had to rush it this morning because we had a guest in and so on. I couldn't bring it home like I wanted to, but you get the point. See, I didn't ask you nothing. I didn't ask you one thing. Right. So, comrades, think about it now. We Labour comrades and them who I stop home and now vote. I promise you the NDP will vote. So the question you ask yourself is if you're going to sit back and allow hatred embedded in the hearts of some to determine the direction of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Because they hate what we have. They hate what we have simply because they were told to hate what we have. And they do not mind hating their own interests just to hate what we have. Well, we could either counterbalance it by loving, protecting, promoting, appreciating, and re-electing what we have for continued progress. Or we could let hate direct St. Vincent and the Grenadines' future. Don't forget at 9:30 this morning, we switch over live to the Parliament in Kaliakwa for the estimates, the debate on the estimates for 2024. And I'm waiting, I don't bet Denny. His slice of Christmas ham versus mine. That Leacock is going to congratulate St. Vincent and the Grenadines and in the process show up Cadwin Friday for the weak, inept, inefficient leader he is. And with that, let me wish everybody a great day. Tammy, let me congratulate you and Ariel on her success at university. She graduated and thing and so forth, you know. And Tammy, if you have the opportunity that Ariel had today, that in Education Revolution, it'd have been in St. Vincent and Grenadines, and it might have been a PS. No, you're not being a PS. You're more to dirty. You'd cuss people. So you'd be cussing off all the supervisors and everything and so on. No, never mind. Forget PS part, but you'd have been bright. You'd have been bright and thing and got education and thing and so on. But every minute they're going to write you up. Tammy, why you cussing these? You should have the bottom. Nah, just joking, Tammy. Congratulations again to you and to your daughter and everybody on the live this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Then you have to step out. Monique is here, and I'll leave you in her capable hands until 9:30 when the switchover is made. Until tomorrow morning, have a good one.